be with you.
God bless you. Why the hell do they pour the beer on the... Again! Damn it! Oh well. Here we are. Good.
That's a load of shit.
Sacra, not again. Well, this doesn't look too bad.
You silly doggy.
Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
What do you have for sale?
Nothing. You liking, sir?
I'm at your service, sir.
What would you like this fine morning?
What do you have? A word about the price.
All right, I'm listening. Finally, a reasonable sum. I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Aye, fair over gold, right?
My respects. Greetings to you.
I'll have a look at your wear. Let's talk about the price.
Very well.
Satisfied?
We're nearly there. Just lower your price a bit more. You see, I knew we'd come to an agreement. I'm glad you found what you needed, sir.
Crazy. Where the fuck is it?
What are you looking for?
Oh, I found this parchment close by, and if you ask me, it's a map to, well, something.
What, exactly? You can't leave me hanging like that.
All right, well, I'm hoping it's a treasure map that will lead me to my fortune.
Well, how about you show it to me? I'm pretty familiar with these parts. I might be able to help you.
Well, all this wandering has made my feet sore, but you'll give it back straight away. You got that? Or I'll lose my temper.
Don't worry.
Give it back, you hear me?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, you've been deceived.
What?
This is no map. I've seen a fair few in my time, and this is just a bunch of scribbles.
What? But how can you tell?
Well, I thought it was odd just from the parchment it was scrawled on. It's very delicate, and the lines... It looks like no map I've ever seen. Sorry.
Fuck! You might as well keep it then.
Here you go. Take it. God! Go! Whoa!
Back off before I kill you. Clear off. It's a wonder you're still standing.
Go! Die! Ka! Treadlight told me what happened here the other day.
Don't remind me of that. I've never seen a girl so badly beaten in my life. She's very lucky she survived. A plague on him.
Don't worry. He got what he deserved. Me, not the plague, I mean.
So, he's gone.
Aye. Your girls can rest easy now.
Really? Me and my girls are eternally grateful.
Don't even mention it.
But I will. And we know how to be grateful. From now on, you will get a nice discount.
Good day, sir.
I'll have a look at the wares. I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, I suppose we can try. Aye, you'll convince me with that price. I was glad to be of help to you, good sir. Huh?
You've no business here.
Was that you? Ah, never mind then.
I never want to see you here again without permission.
What would you like, sir?
I'd like to use your services.
Certainly. We're open.
I'd like a pretty girl to take care of all my needs.
My girls know how to make a fella happy.
What I really need right now is a little taste of paradise.
All right, but money up front.
I'll gladly pay you.
Excellent. You'll find exactly what you're looking for in my baths.
Next time, just do what you want to me, and that's that. I prefer when a fella leaves here satisfied.
What will you do now?
We'll give it some thought and see. Hopefully we'll know better when you come back from Liechtenstein.
Who is this Kuttenberg, anyway? How long have you known each other?
We were defending a castle and hiding in the woods together. But he was always closer with the devil.
Can he be trusted?
Aye. When he's sober, that is. When he gets drunk, it's better to keep an eye on him. He's known to provoke until fists start flying. Did you see what happened when we first arrived?
You mean how they wanted to cut his throat for cheating at dice?
Aye. It's best not to play with him. You'd be better off tossing your coins straight into a pile of shit.
What should I know about the devil?
Just look at him and you'll know everything. His face reveals it all.
I suppose he's not a pure, kind soul like you, eh?
Certainly not. He's as twisted as a hangman's noose. He can also be bitter and angry as a rabid dog. It's certainly better not to fuck around with him.
What draws you to him, then?
We're both different. That's our strength. I'm in charge when everything goes according to plan. When things go to shit, he takes over. It often turns bloody, but sometimes victory is more important than honor.
Aren't you worried about Catherine?
Do you think I should be?
I don't know. A lone woman in a big city needs to be careful in any case. But when you're stalking Liechtenstein, that can be really dangerous.
No one forced Catherine. She knows what she's doing, and she can take care of herself. Remember how she dealt with the guards at Trotsky? She's braver and more dangerous than half my old band.
Aye, but what if someone tries to...
Catherine sharpens her dagger every day. It's always razor sharp. Whoever tries will regret it sorely.
Here you go. Take it.
God bless you, sir.
Your hand cannons have done us more harm than good.
But we shot that mare beautifully. The devil himself couldn't have aimed any better, and he's skilled with hand cannons.
How long have you been a warrior?
I was supposed to be a carpenter, but the job wasn't for me. Most of the time I couldn't even hit the chisel with my mallet. Then I lost my master's money playing dice, so I had to run away. Then I came across a group of mercenaries, and they hired me. Once I got a taste of money, I chose to stay. So, it's been a while now.
Who taught you how to fight?
No one. I was absolutely awful. But I could drink their command under the table. So they let me stay with them. I learned the rest as I went along.
That commander, was it the devil?
No. I only met the devil later, with another band. I've been through several. Once they stop paying, or you run out of things to steal, it's best to go and try your luck elsewhere.
That's exactly what happened when they captured the devil, isn't it? The band broke up.
More or less, but I think he understands. You see? That's mercenary honor.
What honor?
Exactly. There is none.
Why were you the only one of your band who tried to save the devil?
I don't think I could sleep easy if they actually executed that old bastard. Fuck, I know the devil better than I know my own old man. And he still owes me groschen from our last raid. And I take that seriously.
How do you know Zizka?
I think I know him from the ambush near Prague.
Who did you ambush?
His men actually ambushed us. Actually, the outcome was quite similar. They jumped us at a bend. Before we knew it, blood was spilled. They killed our whole band. I was the only one to survive.
Just you? How so?
I was so fucked up that as I cocked my crossbow, the bowstring broke off and slashed my hands.
And you still have both of them?
Saint Bibiana must have been watching over me. My gloves came off, revealing bloody gashes on my palms, like Christ himself. I reckon they had fun watching me jump around, curse and flail my arms. So they kept me. I kept that bloody bowstring for luck.
Earlier you mentioned a bunch of peasants taking up arms against Sigismund.
Aye, a bunch of villagers. But they might be onto something.
How are they trying to fight Sigismund?
Do not imagine anything too grand. Mostly they are just trying to survive. Some time ago, they raided a supply caravan heading to Sigismund's camp. Then the very same supplies turned up with the hungry families in Miskovitz. They are doing a good job. But if they keep stepping on Sigismund's toes like that, he will go after them, and soon.
We could use a band like that.
I agree. But Siska was against it. You saw it yourself. I promised I would not look for them.
So, what are we gonna do?
Well, I'm not going to break my word. But you did not make any such promise, did you?
Now, if Zizka doesn't agree with this, I won't go behind his back.
I'm not proposing a mutiny, for God's sake. But do as you will. We can talk about it another time.
I'd like to enter the shooting contest.
A newcomer? I'm always glad to see that. This is a Popinjay shooting tournament, though. Do you know what that is? I set up strawbirds all around here, and you try to shoot down as many as you can.
We used to do something a bit like that back in our village. Although we'd shoot at chickens with a slingshot. Got into all sorts of trouble.
There you go. Then, you'll find this even easier. Strawbirds can't run away. So what will it be? Bow or crossbow?
I think a crossbow.
Right. Now, I just have to find you an opponent. Do you want me to look around for beginners or more advanced archers? I might even find a few master sharpshooters around here for you. Of course. You'd have to stump up more money than against the usual bunglers, but the price would be bigger.
Let's not overdo it. Find me some beginners.
Right. But these fellows ain't going to compete for nothing. Do you have the coin to stake?
Wait, let me see how much I have on me. Here it is. All right, let's shoot.
Now you're talking. I'll fetch the lads. You get ready and wait for the signal. Get in line. And loose.
Gotcha! I had my eyes closed and all. Shit, wide again! Oh shit, I'm not hitting a thing! Oh shit, I'm not hitting a thing! Oh shit, I'm not hitting a thing! Well, fuck me if that bird ain't tethered in place.
One bird after another knocked down. My compliments. Here's your winnings. Drop by again sometime.
Thank you. How did you meet Dry Devil?
For the first time? Not in the best of circumstances, that's for sure. A few years ago, my company was attacked near Olomouc, and he spared nobody except for my noble master.
Wait, what was that about?
We were fighting for Margrave Jobst, and he for his brother Prokop.
Why did he let you live?
Because I shot and killed 2 of his men, and crippled 3 others, before he bashed me over the head.
And he just let you go?
Not a chance. I woke tied up with a splitting headache. Dry Devil was all fired up, betting with his men that they'd boost me up.
And what was the catch?
That fucker took me to the ramparts and said that if I piss and hit the ale pitcher down below, he'd let me go. Otherwise, he'd try to hit the ale pitcher with me. The prick.
Wow. You're quite the sharpshooter, Kubyanka.
You bet I fucking am. But you don't know shit about it.
Teach me something, then. I'll happily pay for it.
It'll take some time. But for a few groschen, I'll teach you whatever you want.
You said you were going to tell me more about the Devil's former band.
Has the lost Liechtenstein surfaced yet?
Well, not yet. I'm working on it.
Why do you care about the Devil's Pack, then?
Well, maybe I'll run into them somewhere. It wouldn't be a bad idea to know a bit about them.
Anyway, only a few fellas out of the whole glorious pack survived the shitstorm, and it's not certain they are still alive. As far as I know, Matthew, Bahuta, Raniak, Janosch, and Eder survive. I only know where to find Bahuta. And maybe Matthew. But who knows?
Tell me about Bahuta first. Who is he, anyway?
Well, Bahuta, he was always in trouble. Angry as a dog and covered in bruises. He and his brother could drink all the beer in the inn. Just the two of them. Then they would make a terrible ruckus.
It sounds like you three would get along well. But you said his brother was dead.
Yes, he died right before Bahuta's eyes. Not pretty. Bahuta has been acting weird ever since. He dropped everything overnight and turned to prayer. As if he was scared of being next in line.
Did you ever see him again after they caught the devil?
Yeah, but there was no reasoning with him.
Do you think it'll be different now?
Look, I don't know. Maybe when he hears the devil's back, he will come to his senses. But I doubt it.
Where can I find Bahuta?
At the rectory in Grunt. He helps out with the church.
I'll go over there and try to talk him into it. There's no harm in trying.
But be careful. Bahuta was never far from giving someone a beating. Maybe he's still got that in him. It was Slavik who kept him from ending up on the gallows because of a fight. Oh, but he's already with the Lord.
Now tell me something about this Matthew fella. Someone with a name like that surely can't be all bad.
The name may be pretty, but he's as ugly as sin. You better not stare at him too much. It is not good for your stomach. He's also a damn willy bastard. People say he likes to rob on trade routes, telling his victims he's collecting tax for the king.
If he's so crooked, why did you take him into your band in the first place?
Nasty characters are more suited to our line of work. It is much harder to convince good people to do bad things.
What about me? Am I not a good person?
Well, that's true. I hope you're not a spy who will rat us all out to Sigismund.
And where do I find him?
I hear there is someone robbing merchants on the roads near Miskovitz. That would be fitting for him. Maybe the bailiff can tell you more. It's practically happening in his yard.
What about the rest of the band? You mentioned more than one person.
Of course. That leaves Janosch, Eder and Raniak. I don't know where they are, but I can tell you about them.
Who is this Adder? What kind of nickname is that, anyway?
Oh, that's easy. He's called Eder because he can't keep his snake in his breeches. Oh, he's Polish. He does not speak our tongue, so only Janosch can speak to him, really. But otherwise, he's a fucking hilarious. And when shit gets tough, he can really handle it.
Do you know where he could be?
I have no idea. But if you find Janosch, Eder will be nearby. The two of them are practically inseparable.
How am I supposed to communicate with Adder? I don't speak a word of Polish.
Yes, you do. We all say kurwa. You must use your hands and feet for the rest. I always manage, and so will you.
Tell me more about this Ranyek.
Ranyek has a great aim. Slightly better than me, even. Oh, and that bow of his, I tell ya, is a masterpiece. That is how you will know it is him.
How did he get that bow?
How do you think? He won it playing dice. But that was the first and last time he ever won anything. If anyone is really unlucky, it is him. But he would not stop if you were to cut off his hands.
Did you ever see him again after the devil was captured?
Oh, just once. He wanted me to lend him money. He did not have any to bet with. But I was skinned and looking for a way to get the devil out of jail. Either way, I told him to fuck off, and he listened to me.
Do you have any idea how I could find him?
Oh, I don't know anything about him. Try asking around at inns where they play dice. It is possible he lost his hose in one of them.
Tell me about this Janos.
Janos? He's from Hungary. He speaks like a Tatar, but at least you can understand him a little, unlike Ada.
And how did he get here? Did he defect from Sigismund?
Not at all. He did something back home, had the gallows waiting for him, so he fled to Moravia. He was having the time of his life until recently. Wine, women, and song. But now he has problems because people take him for a human. But if you knew how he can cook, give him a dead rat and half a carrot, and he will cook you a 3-course dinner.
How can I recognize this Janos?
Like I said, he looks a bit like a human. He speaks almost like we do, but in a queer way. Where you talk to him, you will definitely notice it.
I'm already liking this Janos. I think we'll get along well.
Janos? Why?
I like good food too. Life is always better with a full stomach.
You two will surely get along then. Janos has seen a lot of the world, tasted everything. If you let him, he will talk about it all day long.
Thanks. I'll go and look for them.
They may sound like a bunch of morons as I tell it, but they will be damn useful to us. Good luck!
Look what I have for you. Everything all right, eh?
God! God!
Quick!
Quick! Go! Go! Yeah!
The entire journey.
Yeah! Yeah! Ja! Ja! Go! Quick! Quick! Ja! Quick!
Whoa!
Have you lost something?
Quite the opposite, my friend. I am finding something. Treasure, to be exact, if it matters to you.
Treasure? Where is it?
I don't know yet, but this map here says it should be somewhere around here. At least I hope so.
Maybe I could look at the map? I might be able to help you.
Well, I am a bit stumped. I need all the advice I can get, but you'll give it back, understand?
Of course. Don't worry.
So, what's it gonna be? So, what's it gonna be?
Here you go. I can't help you, I'm afraid. It doesn't ring any bells.
Thanks anyhow. I'll keep looking.
God! Quick! Go!
Go!
Someone...
Car! Go! Car! Quick! Go! Car!
Whoa!
Well, good luck then.
Oh, stand.
How was your trip? The journey itself was great.
Good
No
day.
delays, nice weather.
Greetings.
Down a farm near Nimbo. Shit. Who was it? I don't know. You have a find.
Thanks for the herbal brew you sent me. My shoulder's feeling a lot better.
Herbal brew? I didn't send you any herbal brew.
Yes, you did. We talked about it at the market the other day.
We talked about the rats in your pantry, didn't we?
Aye, that too.
You rubbed it on your shoulder.
Aye. I mean,
So what?
I thought...
Just like you.
Sakura.
You didn't try drinking it, did you?
No, thankfully. I didn't.
Oh, thank God. I don't want to be burnt at the stake for poisoning because of you.
I reckon you're right. I saw your likeness just the other day too.
Really? Where? On the surface of the pond? Or was it in the sky as well?
That calf of ours gave me this dopey look, and you came straight to mind.
What? Christ, you can be a real bitch sometimes.
Well, see you later. Have a good day.
I see you around.
Are they out of their bloody minds? They had 2 collections just like it already, and there are still holes in the walls.
That's true. But what good are fortifications you can't defend?
I'll tell you, no fucking good at all.
See?
I didn't say I wouldn't contribute, but I'm not giving them a single groschen until I see cut stones, lime, scaffolding, and 20 men working their asses off.
Well, I'll be going now. Farewell.
Greetings.
Did you hear that Dirk Stallion is shagging Nars's old woman?
If you know it, then so does half the town. And that goes for Councilman Nars as well.
Of course he knows. He's the one sending him there.
What are you talking about?
It's gospel. They say she's mad for it, but the old man just isn't up to it anymore. He wanted her to stop pestering him, so he made a deal with Dirk Stallion.
Look what I have for you.
But wait, didn't Dirk used to come to your place a lot too?
Aye, and he still does. but at least I have time to play dice. You feel like rolling a few tonight?
Well, sure.
What brings you here?
Greetings. What are you here for today?
I'll have a look at your wares.
Maybe next time then, sir.
The two of you had that quarrel. She turned her back on the whole family.
I tried to make peace with her, but she slammed
Why is this sticky? What would you like?
Show me your wares.
I'm glad you found what you needed, sir. I'll be right there.
It would make a blind man weep. Fucking hell. So ugly, in fact, that at her christening, the priest mistook her for a toad.
Stop it, you fool! You're fucking boring! You're a dead man!
Hey?
A blessed evening to you. I need a place to sleep and something to eat.
It would be an honor, good sir. And for how long?
I'll stay here longer.
I'll give you my best room, sir. Will you pay up front?
All right, I'll pay. Here's the money.
Agreed, then. The room's yours. You're going to like it here, sir. The rooms are clean, and a cauldron of good food to go with them.
Where can I find my room?
On the second floor, right across from the stairs. There's a green wreath on the wall there.
What's new in town?
These days, there's mainly been talk about scuffles between the Kuttenberg miners. I don't know what it's about, but I heard it has something to do with a traditional archery contest. If you're interested, go and see the foreman, Vlach, in the Black Horse Tavern. One more thing. There are 2 German swordsmen staying here, all the way from Frankfurt. I think that lot has some kind of dispute with our city council or something. If that's of any interest to you, you should ask them directly. They mostly hang out on Merchant Street, not too far from here. And there's a woman doing up some old building in the Hoplink. She's got big plans for it, I heard. Maybe she'll have something for you to do. Try asking Gelstuck. He owns the Zum Eisner Adler. He's offering a little job. And if you took care of it, you'd be pulling a thorn from my side. And not just mine. All the merchants in the city. And that's about it.
Oh, that doesn't sound bad. Thank you.
Huh?
Butter, eggs, fresh butter.
Last chance. Fine wares.
Good evening. What do you need?
What do you have for sale? Let's talk about the price.
Well, I suppose we can try. Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Thank you, sir. And come again. Some sort of greetings. What do you need, my friend?
I'll have a look at the wares. I'd like to do something about that price.
Well, I suppose we can try.
Is this enough?
We're nearly there. Just lower your price a bit more. You see, I knew we'd make a deal. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir. That noise last night. What was that?
A couple of drunks were sitting outside the store. They were celebrating something. It woke me up too.
Ah, so that's why it stops.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
What would you like?
What do you have for... I'd like to do something about that price.
Very well.
Here. And something for your trouble.
Many thanks. I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
braver Köter. Ganz brav.
What?
You can't just stroll
time. How can I help you today, friend?
I'll have a look at the wares.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, I suppose we can try. Aye, you'll convince me with that price.
You can't just stroll around here without...
Good to see you.
God be with you.
Stop that whistling.
How come you weren't in church on Sunday?
I wasn't feeling well.
Not feeling well, eh? You got drunk again, didn't you?
Watch where you're going!
This is the life.
One beer.
Christ, pardon me.
How can I help you, sir?
I need to eat and sleep here.
We'd be honored, sir. And for how long?
I'd like to stay for a longer time.
Of course, sir. Will you pay right away?
Agreed. I'll pay. Here's your groschen.
Agreed, then. The room's yours. Your bed's ready, and there's some food in the pot.
Where can I find my room?
Easy. You just go upstairs, and immediately on the left, you'll see the door with the green wreath hanging above it.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
The rich rule the world.
Hey, my lovely. Zizka told me you found something out about Liechtenstein.
If only just Liechtenstein. I've only been here a couple of days, but I seem to know everything about this city and its sinful people. And about the Pope, the second Pope, Sigismund, Wenceslas, about the sickness of old men, the desires of young men, who I sometimes have to beat off with a stick. Simply everything. The tavern seems to be the fount of all knowledge.
Working in a tavern can't be easy for a woman like you.
What do you mean, a woman like me?
A beautiful woman. Does anyone harass you? Just say the word and I'll take care of it.
Ah, don't you worry, love. I can take care of myself.
But anyway, about Liechtenstein. Anything new?
Well, there might be something. One of the girls I talked to told me her sweetheart frequents some nasty alehouse. And one of the regulars there recently started buying drinks for the whole house. Which is suspicious, because this fella is practically a beggar. Goatskin, they call him. They asked him where he got the coin, and he boasted that he was spying for some rich lord.
And you reckon it's definitely Liechtenstein?
Might be, might not. But Liechtenstein is rich, and he's supposed to be spying here, so it could well be him. And we've got to start somewhere.
That's true. And you've spoken to this goatskin fella?
Not yet. I was rather hoping you'd do it. That grubby alehouse is a bit too wild, even for me.
Well, if it's too wild even for you, maybe I should be worried.
Well, at least you don't risk being groped by a bunch of lewd, stinking miners.
Well, it's only to be expected after all.
Excuse me?
I mean, I'm sure they don't see nice women like you very often.
Naughty boy. You just make sure nobody robs you there.
Does this place have a name?
I'm not sure if it's a name, but the locals call it the Hole in the Wall.
I see the owner's got a sense of humour.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's a joke. You'll find it in Hotprink. There's no other alehouse in that quarter.
So goatskin in the hole in the wall. I reckon I'll remember that. I'll go and check it out.
Before you go, I wanted to ask. Nobody ever told me why we're actually looking for this Liechtenstein fella.
He might know where they're holding Capon.
I'm sure lots of people might know that.
But Liechtenstein's on our side. At least I hope he still is. You never know these days.
But who is he? And why is he in Kuttenberg?
He's a young noble from Jobst's council. His family have domains in Moravia and Lower Austria. He's here to gather information about the enemy for Jobst. And judging by how important it was for Istvan to find out where he is, he's a real thorn in their side. And they're out to get him.
So we're getting involved in noblemen's schemes again. That means trouble.
I'll do my best not to get us mixed up in all that.
Sure you will. But it can't be helped. There's a war on, and we have to fight. Watch out for yourself, Henry. I have a bad feeling about that district.
You're not the only one.
Here you go. Take it.
God be with you, my friend. Greetings to you too.
Here, Mutt.
At your service, sir.
You silly doggy.
Come here. Here, Mutt.
God bless you, sir.
Fine day for some fine wares. Come and...
Oh, people, show mercy! My humble respects.
Christ. What the...
You're always welcome here, good sir.
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
Aye. But I reckon I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Why not?
Because I don't know you. Although the way you're kitted out, you seem like you might fit in here.
Bring me something to eat.
Who are you? And you're a people?
Well, I'm Chenyek.
Alright. But why all that horse shit about whether I'd fit in with you or not?
Look at it like this. This is a place for a certain sort of people what have their own rules. Although folk usually think we don't play by no rules.
You still haven't told me what you people are. What rules?
If you still ain't twigged, you ain't gonna find out much here. Put it like this. So-called decent folk avoid this here alehouse like the plague.
How about I invite you for a drink? We'll have a beer, chat about life.
You ain't got a clue, do you? Fellas don't come to this place for booze. You cough up a bit of glint, and I'll tell you about Goatskin. But don't bother trying to get matey with me.
I hope it'll be worth it.
That depends how much that wretch is worth to you. What was it you wanted to know?
I'm looking for Goatskin. I hear he used to come here.
Aye. Thing is, ain't nobody seen him here for a few days.
But he used to come here?
Aye. He was here day in, day out. Only this time some burly lads came here and duffed him up proper.
Do you know the men who beat him up?
No. But there were some Jews among them, and that's pretty odd. Seeing as how they don't usually get mixed up in nothing.
Why did they give him such a beating? Did they say anything?
Well, Goatskin is a right knobhead. Always asking for it, he is. But I reckon this time it was about his big gob. The last week he was coming, throwing glint around. And when we squeezed him about where he got the coin, he said he was spying for some lord.
And does this lord have a name?
He didn't say. We didn't swallow his yarn about spying anyway. We reckoned he made a score and just wanted to look like a big man.
What happened to Goatskin? Does anyone know where he is now?
No word. But I reckon he's holed up somewhere, licking his wounds. Seems he stuck his nose in a wasp's nest, and he won't be sticking it out again for a while. If you're going to look for him, try it at night. He don't stray far when he's on the job. Usually between Hradek and the horse market. He goes after drunks. So I try asking in the local drinking dens.
All right. What does he look like, though? He can't be the only fella who likes to relieve drunks of their purses.
God's truth. But you'll know Goatskin when you see him. They call him that on account of how he got kicked in the head by a goat as a nipper. He's got a dent in his forehead you could use for a game of marbles.
Why didn't you defend Goatskin? Isn't he one of you?
He is and he ain't. I'm no saint, but that Goatskin stepped in some nasty shit and then walked it in our door and all. I ain't saying we don't look out for each other, but there's limits, innit?
I'm sure you know the town better than me. What drinking dens are there on Goatskin's patch?
Between the horse market and Hradek, there's the Black Horse, a miner's tavern. Wayman the taverner used to be a miner, and then there's the Big Bathhouse. It belongs to some bloke called Adam. He tarted the place up big.
Any others?
None I know.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him.
I wish you luck then. He ain't the brightest, but he's got a real talent for saving his own skin. Once you're done with him, come by and see us. Seems after all you're a pretty handy bloke. We could use the likes of you.
If you've got some job for me, you can tell me straight up. So what kind of work do you have for me?
A job worthy of your skills. But first, just a little test to see that you're not as dim-witted as that arsehole Goatskin. What is Wycliffe's first thesis?
Wycliffe's first thesis? What are you...
Not a good start. Second question. Which estate has the greatest reformatory potential?
The commoners.
Correct! The Reformation must start from the bottom and ignite like a flame in the hearts of all, so that in the end the Holy Church itself will be set ablaze with purifying fire.
After our talk about Goatskin, I didn't think you'd know about these things.
You thought we were just paupers who couldn't count to 5, didn't you? But now let's see who's the pauper. Last question. Who is the rightful king of Bohemia?
Wenceslas. There's no doubt about it.
Indeed. All right. Now let's talk about the job. Maybe this will disappoint you a little, but it concerns Wenceslas's brother. It's he who will secure your place in our humble company.
From what you said, I gather you're not spying for Sigismund. It's rather the other way around, huh?
We call ourselves the Guild. We profess the ideals of equality and brotherhood. Our only law is the Holy Bible. Worldly justice is as fickle as a common whore, yielding to those who are in power.
Justice for me or the gallows. Aren't you afraid to end up there?
Friend, one must be willing to suffer for the truth. Sigismund is a usurper. and the church and the magistrates are but a lowly horse spreading her legs for Sigismund. As long as we go against Sigismund and honour the scripture, our souls remain pure.
What if I go and tell the bailiff you're calling him a whore? Just out of courtesy, you know?
Go ahead. Perhaps you are one of the lucky ones who are not harmed by Sigismund's presence in Bohemia. Maybe you don't mind selling a piece of your conscience by ratting us out. As for me, I will go to the town hall with my head held high. But you?
Don't worry. I was just teasing you. I think the same of Sigismund. Tell me about your operation here.
We are who we are, and we do what we do. Like the early church of Jesus' apostles, in unity and fidelity to his words. I'm in charge. I plan all our missions. Goliath is the muscle. Knuckles, well, he mostly complains. But he also knows his way around locks. But we're all equal. We share the profits equally, but we don't do it for the wealth. We want to drive Sigismund out of this town.
How can I join you?
You want to join us already? I don't have to talk you into it. That's great. We're not particular about formalities. Let's just have a beer, and then you're one of us.
Here's to the guild.
To the guild! That reminds me. I'd like to throw a feast for the poor. The bigger the better.
Didn't you say you were just ordinary people with no money?
We are. And this is where Sigismund comes in. Because he's going to pay for the feast out of his own pocket.
That was a good one. How are you going to make that happen?
Me? No. You'll make it all happen. Listen carefully. Sigismund seized land down in the valley near Pach and built his personal warehouse on it, right under our noses as a provocation. There he stores fancy foods and gifts for his commanders, and for that red-bearded gob of his. Sausages, smoked meats, foreign spices, and more. Fancy delicacies from Italy, Hungary, Slavonia, and all the other shitholes where he owns land. While we're eating porridge and cabbage all the time. You will steal all the food you can carry from that warehouse. And as a nice token, you will leave there... Let's see... What would you leave there?
Nothing.
You're such a cheapskate, aren't you? No way. It would be nicer to leave a head of cabbage for him. Get at least one head from the greengrocer and leave it there for Sigismund. Let him eat for once what we have in our bowls almost every day. But I'm warning you right now, no violence. Don't even think about slitting anyone's throat in that warehouse. The job isn't to punish some poor sod on guard duty. Is that clear?
Got it. What should I do with the stolen food?
You'll give it to the beggars. Let them feast like kings for once. It's not hard to find poor people in the town. Just go to the gates or churches, and you'll surely come across some. There are also tents full of them in Minor Street, Church Street or Cobbler Street. When you're done, come and see me, and we'll figure out what to do next.
Sigismund will be fucking livid he can't enjoy his fine sausages. Can I expect any help from you?
If you need some tools, stop by Knuckles. That's all I can help you with.
All right. I'll head out.
Good luck.
I apologize.
Come here for a word. You're new here, aren't you? Has Chenyek talked the head off you already?
We spoke.
I'll give you some good advice to start with. Don't listen to his bollocks about a fairer society and the honourable struggle for a better tomorrow. It's just bullshit. to mess with newcomers like you. By the way, they call me Knuckles.
It sounded pretty convincing to me.
Aye. Chenyek can sweet-talk people like no other. I mean, Chenyek talks about sharing stuff fairly and how we don't do it for the money. But you know what? It's horseshit. It's every man for himself down here, even if they say otherwise. And Chenyek just gives it such a nice polish.
Are you saying he lied to me?
More like, he didn't tell you the whole truth. I heard from friends that Sigismund has a bottle of very fine wine somewhere in his warehouse. The kind of wine that you don't often see in these parts. I have a buyer for it. So if you bring it to me, I'll give you half the coin he's paying for it.
Well, I'll stick to what Chenyek told me. I'm not complicating it by stealing wine.
Well, that's a shame.
Chenyek said you could give me some gear too.
All that talk about equality, brotherhood. But when it comes to lockpicks, I'm supposed to give you stuff from my own stash. Here's something you might find useful.
Thank you. Easy, good horse. Whoa!
Who just came barging in here? What are you poking around that door? You're not allowed. God be with you. What would you like? God be with you, good sir. What?
Easy, good horse. Whoa, whoa.
God!
God!
You shouldn't be walking around without a light.
A fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
Fine fellow, could you help me with something?
Sure. What is it you need?
I lost something, and I can't find it for the life of me. I'll be damned. It must be around here somewhere. It couldn't have vanished into thin air.
What are you looking for?
My leather satchel. I put it down here for a moment, and now it's gone?
Do you think someone took it?
I just don't know. My stomach started churning so bad, everything went blurry. So I shucked it off my back and ran off to... you know. There was nothing else for it, see? And I was back in no time.
If you were feeling dizzy, maybe you put it down somewhere else. When you're desperate for a shit, you can't think straight. We've all been there.
Yeah, maybe. But where could I have put it? I've searched all over. It's nowhere to be found. I'm in heaps of shit now. If I don't find it, I'm done for. All my tools are in there. Fine jewellery too. Gold, silver, and cut stones. A fortune, you know. Everything I own.
So you're some kind of jeweler?
Aye. A jeweler and a goldsmith. That's me. I had some soup in a tavern down the way. Nasty stuff it was too. Churned up my insides. And I just had to go right away. Oh, Bradella. What a fool I am. Now what am I supposed to do?
If you were carrying valuables like that, you shouldn't deal with this on your own. Report it to the bailiff.
The bailiff? I don't have the best experiences with people like him. Wouldn't want to bother him, but fine. I'll give it a try. Thanks for the advice. Here's hoping I find it and everything will be all right. God be with you. And keep an eye on your things from now on.
Good luck.
Wait, where are my things? They robbed me! Wait!
Fuck!
What's at night?
Can I help you with something? You want to fight?
I surrender! Spare me!
Had enough.
I...
Now hand it back. Everything you stole from me.
Here. That's all of it. Can I go now?
Piss off. And don't let me see you here again.
Shame on you!
You'll wake up the whole farmstead.
May God give you health, sir.
Stop your squawking and get on with it. Fight! Say, you swine!
Take it away.
I'll hack your ass off.
Give it.
What?
Why did you do that? Shit! What the?
What's that?
We'll finish this quickly.
To the stocks with him!
Stop beating him!
Take that! I'll be done with you in a flash.
Hey, stop fighting!
This is unbelievable.
What are you doing?
Why did you do that?
Send my...
Hope he doesn't hurt anyone else.
I'll hack your arse off!
Why'd he do it?
Shame on you. What the hell? Hey, something happened? Wake up, come on.
Never mind open new shafts. That might be true, but it'll be a relief for folk. Anyway,
Aye, there'll be work, but nobody's gonna get no extra ching. God bless.
I'm looking for a bloke called Goatskin. Do you know him by any chance? I heard he hangs around here.
Goatskin? I've heard of him, aye. But he don't come to our tavern, that's for sure. We ain't no saints, literally. But we don't stoop to rubbing shoulders with the likes of him. And he ain't interested in us either.
You said he's not interested in you?
Aye, spot on, mate. For one thing, us yakkers always leave the tavern with nowt in our purses. He won't get nothing from us. And besides, you wouldn't want to piss off a drunk yakker kidder. Goatskin would rather rob some Deutsche merchant. There's more glint in it.
Any idea what places he goes to?
Hard to say. He hangs round this area, and the word is he's got some wench at the bathhouse in Hradec Quarter. Round the corner from here.
Do you know anything about his girl? Like, her name?
Nah, I just heard about her. It's raj as fuck. Goatskin, clarty as sin, and a sticky-fingered bugger with a bathhouse wench. Mind, the lassies round here are the canniest. Main ones divin' walk in the baths like.
That's all I need to know. Thanks. You wouldn't happen to have any work for me, would you?
I'll tell you, we could use a canny bloke like you. Set yourself down here. And if you take the job, you'll get a heap of chink.
What do you want me to do?
A cout lad. A strong bloke. I can see you're not for here. We have a bit of fash we need a hand with.
I see. I mean, I actually don't. I'm not a miner.
And that's just why I need a bloke like you. Look, I'm Vlach, gaffer of the St. Anthony Pit. They call us the Striped Tonies.
Yakkers? Striped Tonies?
Aye. There's a heap of shafts here in the mound, and each has its own gang of yakkers, miners, who I'll think they're the canniest. Only now, our festival is coming up, and there's always some backcast around it.
I'll have a beer.
Backcast, you say? Tell me more.
Aye, trouble. Fash. King Wenzel himself gave our mound the privilege to hold a grand pitman's shoot fest.
Shoot fest? Like a competition?
And every shaft has its own champion. Winning is a great honour, and we've won the last few years every time. But this year it's fucked. Our Anthony got lost and we can't compete without him. And the Saints are behind it. They want to bring us to our knees.
This Anthony is another miner?
He's no bloody miner. St. Anthony, the patron of our shaft. We have him on our stang.
On your what?
On war standard. Like on a pole.
And who are these thieving saints?
Yaggers from the old Saints shaft. They've had a howfing scene before, but now they're up to their oxters in water. And they blame us for it. Only that's bollocks. They only have themselves to blame for it. Their gaffer, Jorg Preng, he pushed it too fast. So now he's all worked up that they're digging like mad. And they're now to show for it.
So, what's all this to do with me?
We need a fella that the saints don't ken. Someone who can get in their alehouse and nick our stang back. I'm certain they're hiding it there. There'll be a heap of chink in it for you, kidder, if you can do this for us.
What does your standard actually look like?
It's a red and white stang, like a pole, with a carving of St. Anthony on it, and all gilded at the top.
Where can I find that alehouse?
No bother. It's in the Italian Quarter, near the upper church. You can't miss it, kidder.
All right. A church can't be hard to spot.
The saints meet and play dice beneath the alehouse. There's only one way in from below, through an old abandoned mine shaft.
Like mushrooms.
That they were.
Where can I find the entrance to this shaft?
On the slope, right below the paths of the Radic Fortress Gate.
All right. I'll take care of your fash for you. But it'll cost you some chink.
I'm glad to hear it, kidder. I could see you're a canny lad. You'll definitely get a nice foy for it, but be careful. That foreman Pring of theirs is a right awful bastard.
Thanks. I'll be careful.
In the middle of a field.
That sounds just... Good doggy. Good boy.
What are you doing? Prowling about here. What? Go sniff somewhere else.
I saw a land without end, all covered in sand, hot and dry, with no fresh water. The people there call themselves the Blemmeyes. They have neither head nor neck. Their face is in the middle of their belly. And these Blemmeyes breed horses with born out of mud in the north. There's a land
Jawohl.
snow and rocks, where it's always nice, green,
Greetings. What do you want?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
Do I know him? That fucker is the bane of our lives. Why are you even looking for an idiot like him?
He knows some things that I'd like to know too.
What would he know? A mangy vagabond.
Do you know where he might be?
How should I know? If I knew, I'd have told Adam long ago. He'd wring the bastard's neck in a trice. Last week alone, he robbed 3 of our customers. All German.
Why does he choose to rob Germans?
A German merchant always has more coin in his purse than a Czech one. Haven't you noticed that?
Could you tell me where exactly he robbed the customers?
Hard to say. You know how it is. Drunk and merry gents who can hardly walk. But it usually happens somewhere near the Black Horse, and in those lanes there. The bastard stays clear of the main streets. For good reason.
Have you got any German customers here now?
What do you think? No, because words got round. Except Udo. He couldn't care less, it seems.
And is Udo here now?
Of course. He's playing dice, like every evening. I don't know why he comes here of all places. All he cares about is drink and dice.
You know Goatskin's seeing one of your girls?
What? Nonsense. I mean, I wouldn't put anything past my girls, but I can't believe they choose to hang out with a vagabond like that.
That's what I heard.
Everyone badmouths whores. You know what it's like. Nobody stands up for them. But if it's true, then as soon as I found out who, she'll be out on her arse.
Thanks. I'll be going.
You're welcome. And have a word with Adam if you really want to find your goatskin. He's the owner. I reckon he'd be keen to find him too.
I want to drink.
See you later, my friend.
Greetings. Can't it wait till morning?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. I heard he sometimes comes here.
Aye, he turns up now and again. The louse. The bastard's ruining my business. 2 of my customers refused to come here again after he robbed them one night.
That's not very nice. And you wouldn't have some idea where I might find Goatskin, would you? I reckon it'd suit you if he packed it in.
You bet it would. But if I knew where to find him, I'd wring his neck myself. That bitch Mary's bound to know, though. She denies it, but we all know she's walking out with him.
I thought you bathhouse girls stuck together. What have you got against Mary?
There's a limit to everything. As soon as you mess with someone's livelihood, you ain't no sister to anyone. She can marry that cripple for all I care, but when he robs our guests and ruins our reputation, she should grab him by the balls herself and... oh, never mind.
Is that all you know about Goatskin?
Ain't that enough for you? I'm not here to know stuff, in case you hadn't realised.
Thanks, then. I'll be off.
If you find him, give him a slap from me. Farewell, my friend.
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. You haven't heard of him by any chance?
There's plenty of fellas come to me looking to see some skin, but you're the first who wants goatskin. I've heard the name, though. He's some vagabond who hangs around the Black Horse, ain't he?
Aye, that's him. Any idea where I might find him?
I don't mix with his sort, so I reckon I can't help you. I could help you with other things, though. Go and see Madame Beata, and we can come to an arrangement. Farewell, my friend.
Hey, handsome. Come and have a drink.
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
Have you got anything good to drink here?
Of course I do, handsome. Would you like some? And then maybe we can have a bit of fun. How about it?
No, thanks.
Suit yourself, handsome. Your loss.
I'm looking for Goatskin. Do you know him?
No, you're a good-looking fella. What would I want with some goat skin when I've got a handsome young buck right here in front of me? I couldn't care less about your goat skin.
But I do. And the girls here tell me you know him quite well.
So, you're not here to have a good time. Shame. I know Goatskin, but don't expect me to tell you anything. He's lying low, and for good reason. You ain't the first to come looking for him.
Why is he hiding? Who from?
How should I know? He's never far from trouble. Goes with his trade, doesn't it?
Where is he hiding?
I don't know. And even if I did, I don't see why I should tell you. That's why he's hiding. So strangers like you don't find him.
Come on now. Do I really look like someone who'd want to hurt him?
No, you don't.
You see? I'm trying to help Goatskin. But I can't do that if I don't know where he is.
Help him? With what?
With this situation he's in. It's complicated. And the less you know, the better.
All right. I understand. He gets me into enough trouble as it is.
There you go. So where's he hiding?
There's a yard behind the bathhouse leading to a side alley. Right next to it is the Black Horse Tavern. And at the opposite end, you'll see a barn behind a wall. There's a funny little window at the top. That's where.
I'll look for it.
Help him, will you? I'm starting to be afraid for him.
I'll see what I can do. It's not easy.
Take care now. Hey, handsome.
Let's go. With you.
This looks like the barn Mary was talking about. But how to get in there?
What kind of pig was sitting here?
Careful.
Did you lose something here in the daytime? Or what are you looking for here?
Quiet. Go away. It had better sod off. Braver Köter. Ganz brav.
It looks like Goatskin isn't here. I suppose I could wait for him to turn up. Hey, guard. I have to tell you something. I ran into a secret band of thieves. They call themselves the Guild. They claim they're fighting against Sigismund, but all they really do is rob and steal.
Damn. That's a bit above my station. You'll have to go directly to Bailiff Plummel. If you don't find him at the town hall, he'll probably be at Geldstuck's tavern.
You won't find any mushrooms growing here.
Hey, are you goatskin by any chance?
Yeah, that's me, What do you want?
I have a couple of questions for you.
Look, I didn't. I never told nobody. Nobody. I swear. I'll even swear to Samuel on his God if he wants.
Who the hell is Samuel?
You weren't sent by Sam.
I wouldn't be asking you if I was, would I?
You know, like, I promise not to talk about it no more. They'll kill me otherwise.
I get that, but do you think they'll just forget about it? How long do you intend to hide?
Until I have enough. You know, glint to take off.
I could help you with that. I know a lot of people. Getting you out of town won't be a problem. If you help me, I'll help you.
That sounds, you know, promising. But I still need coin. I can't just pack up and take off.
Coin shouldn't be a problem. How much do you want so you can disappear in peace?
Not much, a few score groschen. But that won't be a problem for a well-heeled fella like yourself.
Here you are. But you're gonna talk, right?
Right. Well, I like talking, you know, like... What is it you want to know?
I heard you were spying for some nobleman. Is that true?
I was doing nothing but, you know, like, I was spying for 2 weeks.
Who is this Samuel you're so afraid of?
He just hired me. He's one of them lot. You know, them Jews, innit? He was nice to me till I started blabbering.
Do you know where I could find this Samuel?
Go to that, you know, synagogue. He hangs around it in front of it and people, like, brings him news of what's on the grapevine, you know. And evenings he sits around at the King Solomon. It's like a, you know, a Jewish tavern. But watch out. They ain't too welcoming towards our people there.
Have you ever heard the name Liechtenstein?
I don't know him, but I heard Samuel telling his people, like them Jews, I mean, about this, what's his name? Liechtenstein.
What exactly did he say? Did he speak about him in a good way or a bad way?
I don't know. I just remembered a funny name. I don't pay much heed to things that what don't concern me.
And you call yourself a spy?
Watch it, mate. I remember things well enough, but only what they pays me to remember. I ain't gonna, you know, fill my head up with shit that don't concern me for free.
Jesus wept. What is it you did as a spy?
Mostly I was standing guard in front of that palace, you know, like Rutard's place. I was watching for who was going in and out, see? You know, who, with who, where, when, and that.
And what went on there?
Well, people was coming and going, all sorts of nobles, and I'd tell Samuel what colours they was carrying, see? I was good at that. I remember pictures good, you know?
I reckon I know what I need to know. Now clear off, since I've filled your purse for you.
Of course. I'm going.
Be careful. Not safe.
fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city. Easy, good horse.
Crime's been on the bloody rise as of late, so I've got my eye on you.
I'm not doing anything. You're doing a great job keeping watch.
You'd better believe it.
The city council has decided to help King Sigismund's army to keep watch, so we can sleep peacefully. It has therefore decided to collect food supplies from the city
Here, Mutt.
to send to our brave defenders, that they may live better. Anyone wishing to donate something to the army can go to the town hall every Sunday, where the city's
You
scribe
silly doggy.
will write down his name and his donation, so you can be sure that all the food will reach its intended destination without even a crumb going astray. Nobody will be forced to
Was möchtest du, mein Herr?
Show me your wares.
Massa Matantov. Sei gesund.
I heard something.
Never mind. Strange.
Davar Massa Matantov. Eh?
God be with you.
Sholem, are you lost? Or what would a goy want here?
Get out! Go! Away! You can't just come in here as you like.
What do you think goy means?
It means you do not belong here.
It means nation in Hebrew.
You aren't allowed here.
So you're just as much a goy as I am.
Good one. A goy lecturing a Jew on Hebrew. All right.
Go!
But I suggest you do not repeat it around these parts. Not everyone is as tolerant as I. So, what do you want?
I'm looking for someone called Samuel.
What do you want with him?
Is that you?
There are many Samuels here. And if I'm not good enough for you, I'm afraid nobody else will talk to you.
You've got no business
All right.
here.
I'm looking for John of Liechtenstein. I heard you, or this Samuel, might know something about him.
I'm sure Samuel knows a lot, but I do not see why he should tell you.
Go. Away. You can't just come in here as you like. Come now.
It isn't just
You've no
anyone
right
looking
to
for
be here.
Liechtenstein.
Out.
It'd be better for Samuel to say what he knows, if he doesn't want any unnecessary trouble.
I do not care who sent you. You will not impress me like that. We play by my rules here.
So how can I impress you?
Impressions are worth nothing. I'm only of interest to you Goyim when you need something. To you, I'm just a dirty Jew.
All right. What do you suggest?
An exchange. Something in return. I have this one problem none of my people can fix.
Go. Away.
You probably know that my people face outbreaks of hatred from time to time. A house is plundered, people beaten up, sometimes murdered. Usually it is started by some scum spreading rumors that we eat Christian babies or poison wells. They always find some excuse.
You aren't allowed here.
I've never heard anything like that before.
You must be deaf then.
Away.
In any case,
can't just come in
that
here
is how
as
it
you like.
is. I have heard that such people are meeting in an old abandoned house by the wall in the mining district. I need someone to get among them, find out what they are planning, and warn us in good time.
Come now.
Won't they be
You've no
suspicious?
right to be here.
Why?
Out.
Their kind usually are not too bright. You just have to curse the Jews and say you want to join them. Do not worry. They will not check if you are circumcised.
All right. I'll do it. And then you'll tell me all about Liechtenstein.
Agreed. They usually meet at the start of the day.
At the start of the day according to my calendar or yours?
I see you're in the know. At the start of my day, so when the first 3 stars come out.
Right. So they meet after sunset. The miners' district, an abandoned house with a small yard by the ramparts.
That's right. I reckon you can still catch up with them there today, if you get them to let you join them. Try and find out what they're planning, and then come and see me, and you'll have fulfilled your side of the deal.
You'll keep your end of the deal, I hope.
Don't worry. I keep my promises.